Temperatures are rising, and I'm not just talking about the summer weather. I'm talking about the real estate market here in the Queens and Long Island areas. And there are specific differences with each of those areas. So let's talk about it. Let's get into your July market update so that I can get you guys back to your barbecues and fireworks.
Real estate success without the BS.
As usual, we're talking about the big three real estate market movers: mortgage rates, inventory, and prices. Let's start with mortgage rates. As of today, we're looking at 30-year fixed rates just above 7%. Not much movement from the previous months in this department. And the Fed has indicated that it would consider rate cuts when it was more confident about hitting 2% year over year for the consumer price index. Super important index to follow. And we're definitely not there yet, but we're arguably getting closer. But until that time, I would say the short term, 1 to 3 months, if you're looking to refinance or make a purchase, expect things to be about the same, as long as we don't have any crazy unpredictable news or events, okay? Inventory and prices, and let's talk about that. I don't want to waste your time with the national numbers. It's way too general. It doesn't really give an accurate picture of what things are like at the local level. However, the most granular that I'm willing to go for the sake of this market update is by county or borough, just because it would take way too much time for me to go through every neighborhood in Queens and Long Island, and I want to get you guys back to your barbecues and fireworks. But we can get more specific, and if we did, it does matter when you go to the neighborhood level when you're pricing a property to sell, so keep that in mind. Let's look at the numbers for Queens, Nassau, and Suffolk County. But first, before I get there, I want to talk to you about absorption time. As you scroll down my email, you'll see some data that I pulled, recent metrics from Queens, Nassau, and Suffolk counties. And one of those data points is something called absorption time. And it's an important metric. We use it in real estate to give us a convenient way to measure the balance between sellers and buyers, or supply and demand. It's just a raw indicator of the current balance between listings and contracts, sellers and buyers, right? And it's calculated by taking the current number of listings, dividing it by the current number of homes in contract. And it shows us the current relationship between listings and contracts. It'll tell us how many more months it will take for the current listings to be exhausted or absorbed at the current rate that they're going into contract. If that number is low, let's say 1, for example, it means that there are very few listings available. And if no more listings hit the market, it would take 1 month for all of the remaining listings to be absorbed by the market, to go into contract, really. And on the other end of things, if there was a value of 10, it would mean that the current inventory would last 10 months without any new listings coming onto the market. It would take 10 months for it to get absorbed. And you'll notice in that data that Queens has the highest absorption rate out of the three, sitting at 4.7 months. Traditionally, anything less than 6 months is considered a seller's market, and anything above 6 months is considered a buyer's market. Now, Queens is the only market out of the three that I've chosen to highlight that had an increase in their absorption time, which shows that it's trending towards a buyer's market, although we're not quite there yet. Prices for Queens have still gone up, which makes sense because 4.7 is less than 6. It's still a seller's market. And they were looking at about an 8% increase year over year, which is still very respectable in terms of equity gains. But Nassau and Suffolk, according to the absorption time metric, they are still white-hot sellers markets. Nassau had an absorption rate of just 2.2 months. Suffolk had 2.4 months. That is low. If no listings hit the market, all of Nassau and Suffolk's inventory would be gone in a little over 2 months. That is super competitive. And it's part of the reason that prices have increased 21% and 14% respectively. And I don't really see much of that changing in the short term. So depending on when you're looking to make a move, make sure that you talk to a knowledgeable professional that can put you in a position to get the absolute best win and put the most money in your pocket. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have and dive deeper into the weeds to get to that granular level to help you get as informed as possible and really make sure that you keep that money, not leave it on the table, okay? So that's the latest info. As always, if you have any questions or if there's something that I can help with, real estate or unrelated, please reach out and let me know. Enjoy your Independence Day. Please stay safe. I want you all to still have 10 fingers and 10 toes on July 5th, but have fun, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the featured listings email. Talk soon.